Well, hello, everybody. Everybody, it's an absolute pleasure to be here with you yet again. And today, I'm more than excited. In fact, if there was a word even more than excited, I am exuberant, like I did there, because I am together today with the incredible Benjamin Morton, who is a master on the law of attraction, and he's an NLP master, aren't you? Explain a bit about yourself, Benjamin, because I'm too excited for words.
Well, thank you for bringing me on. I do appreciate being called upon. Yeah, I've been known as a thought leader, expert on the law of attraction. On my journey, I've done NLP, CBT, neuroscience, neuroplasticity, practitioner of NLP in previous years gone by. And now the body of work we teach is specifically designed around how to allow the law of attraction to work for you. Because many people like the idea of manifestation, and they subscribe to the law of attraction, but they really can't and haven't manifested the big stuff yet. So that's why we decided to create a brand new program called The Art of Allowing, that we are delivering worldwide, I may add, on a one-to-one basis at the moment. So we're helping people not bridge the gap or level up. We're just helping people understand themselves more, and understand the correct process to follow when you're looking to manifest whatever it may be for you. So that's where the journey's been about 10 years in the making. You've had a
lot of courses, haven't you? Done loads of stuff.
Yeah, I think you can tend to bounce around from modality to modality, to YouTube clip to YouTube clip, book to book, coach to coach, mentor to mentor. And I've probably spent, astronomical amounts on personal development, but it's enabled me to gather up the information that I needed. And there is a missing link to a lot of the law of attraction information that's out there, and we're quite happy to deliver it in what we're doing. It's probably the most satisfying thing. I'm 40 years old. I'm from Birmingham. It's probably the most satisfying thing that I've ever been involved in. I'm incredibly proud of. I never went to school, so for somebody to create, workbooks and write books and, ready for publish, for somebody who never went to school, that's pretty extraordinary.
It is extraordinary, and congratulations to you. And the thing is, we are all so capable of anything that we really, truly want, like by letting ourselves go with the flow, tuning in, creating with our minds and our voices and our words and our intentions, anything that we really want. It's all accessible, everything. And the funny thing was, a few years ago, amongst my many hats that I wear, which is quite a lot of them, we used to do some recordings in our studio. I run some studios. And in our studio, we had a client in there once, and she said to me, "Have you ever read the book, The Secret?" And I said, "No, I've never read the book." This is going back probably about 10 years now. And I said, "No, I've never read the book." She looked at me really funny. And she said, "Look, you are everything that's The Secret tells you to do." And you see, the thing is, I just do it naturally. I'm very blessed in the fact that I can't put it into words. I just have feelings. And I kind of go with my gut feeling. And whenever I go with my gut feeling, I don't go far wrong. And yes, I have mountains that I climb, and I have roller coasters that I ride up and down and up and down. But during those roller coasters, for a few days, yes, it might knock you for six. But as soon as you go down that massive down, and the up, you kind of can sit back and just take it all in and go, okay, so this is all for a reason. Whatever we're going through on our journey of life, this is all for a reason. And you just let it all go and trust, and then you're there. You just go with the flow. And by the time you get to where you want to be, you look back, it all makes sense. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? And it all...
Absolutely, yeah. I think in regards to what you said, and it's right, I think 500 million people have either read or watched the 2006, The Secret. And so that's a lot of people's first introduction to it. And then you have the teachers that came off the back of that, like Jack Canfield. I've met these guys, Bob Proctor, John Ashraf, people like that. That we probably didn't know who they was until that movie, really. So their stock obviously went through the roof. But interestingly enough, that in The Secret and also in some personal development books, including Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, going back some time, the word vibration was taken out of the book, and also in The Secret, when people talk about the missing piece of The Secret or the secret behind The Secret, what they're making reference to is vibration and the way you feel. So that is the most important thing in regards to the law of attraction as far as I'm concerned. So we teach alignment, excuse me. And alignment is your connection with your inner being. So if that's your first point of call, how would Source see this? Yeah. So there is never going to be an issue. There's never going to be a problem if you're looking through the eyes of optimism and the eyes of Source. But vibration, being a vibrational being, which we all are, is really, really important. And that's why we included it in our work book and the lessons that we teach, which go in order of Source energy, law of attraction, deliberate creation, art of allowing, and the last one, art of vibration. It's super important to understand that it's not so you have people who will watch The Secret, for instance, and they will think that they can just ask for something and then the law of attraction will bring it to them. Now, the asking part is the first step. So you've asked for an improvement in your situation. It then goes into what we call a vibrational world, and you've got to have a knowing that this world exists. So this vibrational world has all your dreams, desires, your wants in there. Your only responsibility or work to do is to get ready for it. And that's the big thing what people struggle with the most in my experience. It's that non-resistant thoughts. It's that allowing what I've asked for to flow effortlessly into my experience. It's what I struggled with, and I searched the globe to be up close and personal with the likes of Jack Canfield, Bob Proctor, and I was asking the questions that probably most people don't normally ask. They stand in awe of these people. Yeah. And I was asking the questions because I really wanted to know. I was studying the law of attraction. I was doing all the things, but nothing was happening. I was feeling better, and my outlook on life improved, but I really wanted to manifest things. And one of the biggest takeaways I could give today is that it's done. The thing that you want, or your dreams, desire, whatever it is you've been asking for, is already done. Your only responsibility now is to become a vibrational match to it. And that comes in the way you are treating others. It comes in the way of your thoughts. It comes in the way of everything. It's a whole range of things that you need to apply, but be easy about it. Lots of people make it more difficult than it actually is. You know, it is simple and straightforward. And when somebody resonates with you who teaches it, then they're probably the most people to gravitate towards. I was talking to a lady this morning, and she said to me, you know, I've been studying the law of attraction and all of these things, and there's so many teachers on it. And I said to them, go with the way it feels, because your feeling is your vibration. So if this person who is speaking resonates with you, it's resonating potentially with your inner being. So go with that feeling. Don't think you have to go and do something or join something. Just go with how it feels, and hopefully you find what you're looking for. But hey, like, you know, we're all on our path, Danielle, and we're all enjoying the unfolding of what that is. You know, if you're feeling good, you're moving in the direction of what you want. You know, that's massive.
if you do everything from a place of love and openness, can you do a double on this line? It's like a double reflection on the voice. Can you hear that on your end, or it's just me on my end?
No, I think it sounds like there is a double on it. It sounds like someone's on the line.
Yeah. Maybe the universe is gate crashing our conversation. How weird is that? That's stopped now. That's stopped now, hasn't it? We'll keep going. It's stopped now. Whatever it was, the double stopped.
It's a strange one.
As much as I like hearing my own voice back at me, you know. Well, you know. But yeah, so I just believe that if you do everything from a place of love and openness, and yes, sometimes it can be hard, because if you're in a place where you feel confined, or if you feel closed in, to do anything can sometimes be such a struggle. It really can. But it's the trusting. It's the trusting that everything in life is meant to be, and that life can be complicated, because the things that are the most important, things like life and death, which are creation, we have no control over that. And so whether we worry about it and try and control it or not, the outcome is always going to be the same. It's just always going to be the same. So to choose to just trust and let it go and just to be is flowing in that flow with the universe and creation, and it takes a major pressure off of what we're trying to control, because we can't control the outside world. We can't control nature. We can't control anything that's that big. All we can control is our own thoughts, our own reactions to situations, and that's the thing. It's letting it go and just trusting and believing that what you really want and what you really need to have in your life right now is possible. And in fact, it's not even just possible, it will happen as long as you go out and get it, because it doesn't just come to you if you sit and not do anything. You know, you have to create that channel, that flow, for it to be invited in. But once that flow is open, life just gets easier and easier. And it's practice as well. You keep practicing, you know, leaving it open, leave that door open a bit wider, and eventually that door is just staying open, and you're walking through every single corridor going, because you're on that flow. There's an analogy for Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting because you will have lots of different experts and teachers and coaches on this, and where we teach from a point of, it's different to how you've just explained it. Okay. So where we teach from is that you can just ask for it and it's a done deal, and you can just go and have some fun. It's extraordinary. So as years have gone by, and the questions that I asked the heavyweight in personal development about these results programs, about taking action and all of these things. So most people are willing to be told what to do, for instance, by somebody else, because they're not trusting their inner being, they're not trusting their source. So they'll look to these results programs, and there'll be people out there, well-meaning people on my ad, who will guide you away from your inner being. So sitting there doing nothing isn't sitting there doing nothing. So if I'm focusing in a way on the things that offer relief, well-being, and all of these ease, clarity, all of these wonderful words. So if I'm focusing on that, I have to be, by law, moving towards what I want. I have to be, because it's the law of attraction.
But you have to be open to the things that are offered to you. That's what I'm trying to say, because some people, they don't take the risk, they don't take the chances, they don't take what's given to them. And it might be very subtly, but that one subtle opportunity that takes you on to the next, and that's what I'm talking about, to be open to everything, to walk through those doors.
Inspired action only. If it feels right to turn left or right down a road, and it's going to offer you 15 more minutes on your journey, take it, because that's an inspired thought. It's inspired action that needs to be taken. And yeah, you're right. It has to be inspired. Well, I used to come from the school of thought of take action and goal card and all of this, but we don't do any of that now. The only goal for me personally, and I teach my clients this, is to just be happy. And people go, well, no, what's your goal? And I went, yeah, just to be happy. And they go, no, what's your goal? And I go, to be more happy, to do the things, that make me feel good. Because when I'm in that place, then I'm in the receiving mode. And then what happens then is, it's just like a freight train. You know, from being in that place, the law of attraction has to bring you more things to make you feel happy, to make you feel at ease, to make you feel relief. That's how it works. It was the biggest breakthrough that I went through, was just letting go. It's not being laser focused on your goal and laser focused on what you want, or the clients or the business. It's having an unwavering faith and a complete trust that what I've asked for is done, and all I've got to do is just get ready. And that's how we teach it here. We teach it from a different... We've said in this program, it is the missing piece of the jigsaw in regards to the law of attraction. In my profound point of view, if you like, that it is the missing piece of the jigsaw, and will provide a major turning point in the people's lives who do it. With us, it's guaranteed. It did it for me, and we've manifested the lot. You know, there isn't anything we haven't manifested, whether it's rendezvous with, you know, superstars of the personal development world, you know, holidays, homes, money, businesses. And what we do now is we don't teach that, express that to you to impress you. We say to express upon you that this actually does work when you have the proper guidance. Because I was out there thinking I knew it all, trying to do it all on my own, and it just doesn't work that way. You got all sorts of stuff that gets in the way.
Well, the thing is as well, we are a collective. We are a collective of energy. And I just love people so much. And I am such a believer that really you can get anything you want. But when you've got a team energy as well, that's just even more magnified and even faster flowing. And it's just like light into a dark room, you know. It's just like everything's just there, you know. It's open for you. And if you talk about things and you manifest it by stating in the present, I've got this, you know, I can visualize myself, whatever it is that you want to be doing, whether it's in business or whether it's in love, or whether it's in life itself, or health, whatever it is, you can say, I am, and I can see myself like this. I can see that picture of me, and I can make it even bigger, and I can make it full of colour and turn it up and make the sounds massive, and the feelings grow. And where am I feeling that? All of these things that can help get you to that point of, before you know it, you are there, because we can be everything we want.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. We were speaking last week actually about affirmations and things like that. Yeah. And affirmations are a good thing if they make you feel good. It would be of little or no value to make statements that you don't believe. Yeah. Because if you're out there going, you know, $1 million or £1 million or dream home and all that, and you don't believe it, then from our point of view, there's no value in making those statements. It's meaningful advances as a bedrock here, really. It's no quantum leap, the gap's too big. It's meaningful advances going with the way it feels. So if you're going to do affirmations, and the I am and present tense is important, as you know. It's really important, because all we've got is now. Yeah. So, if you are doing present tense and stating in the present tense, that's always a good thing, because it means you're looking down the right end of the stick, and not going back. As you know, I don't go back with the clients anymore. If they can speak mostly about the things that are pleasing to them, then that's a really good start.
I love everything about you, and I love your energy, and I love the fact that you just light up the room all the time, and I appreciate everything about you and your knowledge and your companionship and everything. So I'm really grateful to have you as part of my world, you know. So
it's lovely, you know. It's I always go how it feels, and if it feels right to be somewhere on a call, I'll be there. That's really important as well for people to actually go with how things feel. If something feels off, it's off. That's your inner being. We do in one of the lessons we do internal guidance system, and what that is and what that's offering you. So when there's contrast or you feel an emotion, then that's there for a reason. Your internal guidance system, inner being, is showing you something. Yeah. So if you can look for the value in whatever it is, wherever you are, then you're on the right path, you know. But again, we all, you know, there's a lot of great coaches, therapists, mentors, trainers out there, and everyone's doing a great job, especially now. But one thing I would like to say is that everybody's got it within them to tap into quite quickly, actually, because we've seen this, to their inner power, inner being, all that is, and let that then lead you towards the path of least resistance. Because there's a lot of people searching for a solution or searching for the perfect trainer, coach, mentor. And if they can just tap into themselves for a little bit, they can start to see more clearly. They'll start to see more of what we do and live where we live. You know, because I was asked the other day, where do you live mostly? And if I have to be honest, there's 3 stages of law of attraction, in my opinion, 3 steps. So you've got the asking part, you've got the vibrational world, and then you've got the receiving part. And I live mostly in the vibrational world. You know, I don't see what there is to see. You know, when people are saying that there's things going on and everything else, well, not in my vibrational world, there isn't. So that's where I'm living. You know what? That's where I live. You know, and people wonder why we experience the things we experience, but when they realise living there is much easier on the eye, easier on how you feel, then it becomes a given. You've got to be there more often than not, you know.
And the thing is, we both experienced, you know, rocky roads to get to where we, you know, to where we are mentally. You know, it's not one of those things that you just when you're, well, I mean, actually children are very, very much like that. They're just open and, you know, everything's possible when you're a child. And as we get older, we learn all these things that kind of dampen our soul almost. And it's almost just turning around and just turning the volume on the child again, get that child back up again. And, you know, what is the belief that's holding me back? Why do you believe that? And all those things, what would happen if you didn't believe that? You know, all these possibilities, opening those doors and allowing the magic to take place, because we're all got magic. We are surrounded by it. Nature's magic, right?
Yeah, the resistance that's on people's path, it doesn't matter who they are or what they've been through. Any resistance that's there is resistance that they've put there. It's not a circumstance or it's a resistance that they've put there. So, you know, it's about identifying not what we've been, you know, I don't go back, not what you've been doing. It's just about noticing that are circumstances in control of me, or am I in control of them? And for most people, for many people, they hold themselves apart from the very thing that they've been asking for. That's huge. You know, people say to me, you know, why hasn't it happened for me? And it's not because they're not worthy. It's not because they're not, you know, it's not because it hasn't worked for them because they don't deserve it, because they do. It hasn't happened for them is because they're holding themselves apart from the very thing they're asking for. And that's vibrational work. It's how you feel. And that's, you know, which I'm pretty certain you guys probably would want to know. It's why we don't here now teach we have to go back and fix anything, because from what we teach, and I know you appreciate my honesty, from what we teach here, you do not need to go back and fix anything. You know, there's lots of techniques and tools and modalities and great coaches and people who will want to go back and revisit and do things. But from our point of view and what we do, we found what we would class as something very special.
Right.
And the setup of it is just phenomenal, and it's pure feeling good. It's pure feeling. It's vibrational shift work. So you're shifting up all the time. So you're just in that place, you know, because you can't unlive what you've lived. So that's a big thing to understand, you know. So.
No, I love that point of view. I mean, I'm a slightly different in the fact that NLP master practitioner, and we do go back on, you know, on the timeline and go to where your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is 99% of your reality. You know, what we know consciously is a tiny percentage of what we actually are aware of. So in NLP and as a master practitioner, we would go back and fix any subconscious mind traumas or situations that have affected, so it would rivet through the timeline, and you know, and your body would realize that. So it's slightly different to what you're teaching, but the results are the same. The results are so we can get back on that vibration. And you know, with myself, I've been very blessed in the fact that I got a great career in the music industry, doing something that I love with all my heart, you know, performing in front of hundreds of thousands of people, you know, it's a dream job. And I manifested that. I've done a lot of different things in my life that I'm so proud of, you know, as a speaker and all of these different things that I've done, and managing bands and top 10 bands and all of these things. But I always had a problem with self-worth all throughout those years. And it was when I did NLP that I went back and I fixed myself. And this was how I learned. Obviously, yours is slightly different, but with this, you know, it's the same vibration. And when I did that, I finally could get free, and I was worth it, and I'm worthy, you know. So it helped me so much on, you know, what I learned. But I adore what you teach, and I adore, and you're right. It is almost like just jumping the hurdle and just going, right, from there, you're going to there, bang, you can be like this right now because it's possible. And the vibration, just get up there.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of opinions, and variety and diversity is wonderful. And I've never strayed away from, obviously, what I've been through and some of the techniques and the certificates, accreditations I've gone through. It's all wonderful and brought me on my path. I think, again, going back to it, just go with the feeling. If it feels right to go and have therapy for a period of time, then that's great. It's proven to work. You know, most people I would direct now into, like I said, the feeling part of it. You know, I will say subconsciously, for me personally, from what we teach here and what we know to be the truth, is that if it's subconscious, for me, subconscious, it's not a big enough player. So that is massive. That's huge. So I've never said that live like this before to anyone, but I can today because I'm with you and I feel relaxed, and my inner being's in tune with all that is in an alignment. But from my point of view, and from what we know and feel, source energy, if it's subconscious, meaning that it's, you know, not conscious, it's not a big enough player for me. And when I fully understood the words and what that meant, everything changed. And I mean everything. Businesses, transformations, clients, attraction points, all of these things started to just flow. Because your inner being, you are connected. You are a physical extension of source energy. So if you're a physical extension of source energy, and that's your belief and truth, if that's your truth, I'm a physical extension of source energy. Source energy would never ask you to go back. It would never, ever ask you to go back, because your point of attraction is what you're bringing more of.
Yeah.
So if I'm there trying to fix something, if I'm there trying to repair a timeline, and I know it works because I've seen it, it's great. But for me and what we teach, it was just the next thing for me was to actually go to what was calling me. Yeah. And when I heard those words, if it's subconscious, it's not a big enough player. All of my beliefs fell down. Everything that I was learning, and the tools, the techniques, the people, the friends, the groups, the communities, it all changed, because I thought to myself, that has to be true in the eyes of Source. Why would Source, if I'm a physical extension of Source energy, why would Source want me to go back to that? Or do I need to go back and fix anything? And my answer was clear after meditating. No, you don't have to go back and fix anything. So then I went, whoa, that's going to change my friends. That's going to change my group. That's going to change my work. That's going to change my practice. That's going to change everything. And I had people who were booked up with me, sessions for NLP and different things, that I had to say to them, listen, it's changing. What we're doing, what we're teaching, it's evolving. And they just carried that. Obviously, the rapport was there, so they just came on board, and happy to say they're in a totally different, place, because they would be, but they're in a totally different place with that honesty, because it wasn't about keeping the clients. It was about saying to them, listen, everything that I've been teaching so far has been brilliant, but I've got a new level of awareness regarding source energy, or infinite intelligence, God, spirit, soul, whatever you want to call it. It means so much for so many people. That's why we never use the word God. But if I am a physical extension of it, then I must be doing it different. There must be a different way. And that's why we decided to set up the program, which is just, it's just amazing,
And I love that about you. And the thing is, people will be drawn to pick the things that are right for them. And that's it. It's trusting, because everyone will know deep down on their vibration level what they need to do. They just will. And as soon as you feel and you recognise that, you will be led to the path of healing, and you'll find the right person that's going to get you to where you need to be. And that's just fabulous about life, because it is such an open book, And I love your energy, and I love what you teach. I think it's fabulous. I really do. So we all take a little bit of that home with us. Hey, right? I've taken you home with me now, Benjamin.
Well, there's so many great people out there doing great things, and it's nice to be part of it. It's wonderful to meet people like you and work with people like you and share some time with people like you. I think no matter what you're doing and where you're doing it, somebody somewhere is getting some value from it. And as long as you feel like doing it and it's not becoming something you have to do, then it's always going to work out very well for you.
That's right, Benjamin. Well, listen, I want to say thank you for this, because it's just been like the most wonderful way to spend a Sunday afternoon, as you do. And the sun's going on outside, so I'm going to go and jump in my blow-up pool.
Hi.
It's all good. And and I'm going to enjoy what this day's got to offer. But I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and every little inch of my being for having this with me, and it's been fabulous, absolutely brilliant. And I can't wait to see you again on our next hookup.
Yeah, look forward to joining you this week. It should be really good.
I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm going to sign up on this, and then we'll do our other little thing. So everyone watching, I hope you found value in this. It has been a lot of fun for me, and Benjamin, thank you once again. And I'm going to just end my broadcast now. God bless.
Bye all.